Yomimon.
The Sleeping Beauty in the Woods. Once upon a time, there lived a king and a queen in a peaceful country. One day, the queen was having a bath, and a frog jumped near her and said,
"My queen, you will give birth to a beautiful daughter in a year's time."
Surprisingly, the queen really did give birth to a beautiful princess after a year. The king and the queen held a grand party to celebrate the lovely occasion. They invited all their relatives, friends, and even the 3 fairies of the forest to the party.
I offer a warm heart to the princess.
I offer an everlasting beauty to the princess.
As the 3rd fairy was about to speak, the room became dark and came a fierce laughter. The mean fairy who was not invited to the party has come.
You filthy people! You dare to hold a party and not invite me? Then I shall grant the princess with a gift as well. The princess shall, in her 15th year, be wounded by a spindle and fall down dead.
The mean witch disappeared right after she cursed the princess. Everyone was scared and trembled by her appearance and her curse. But then the 3rd fairy, who was yet to offer her present to the princess, said,
My gift is that the princess, when the spindle wounds her, should not really die, but should only fall asleep for 100 years.
Since that day on, the king burnt all the spinning wheels in the country. The princess grew to be a beautiful and kind one, as the fairies gifted her to be. Then it was one day after the princess became the age of 15.
That's strange. This is a place that I have never been to.
The princess wandered around the castle and found an unfamiliar stairway. When she went down the strange stairway, a small room showed itself. When opening the door, there was an old lady who was handling a spinning wheel. The old woman was the mean fairy in disguise.
Granny, what is this?
This is something called a spinning wheel. Come and touch it if you like.
The princess slightly touched the spinning wheel, but oh my! The princess got stung by the spinning and fainted. She fell into a deep sleep. At that moment, a mysterious white cloud has spread in the castle. The king and the queen fell asleep, and so did the lieges and the soldiers. The servants who were serving and the chefs who were cooking fell asleep. The dog that was barking in the garden and the birds chirping on the tree branches all fell asleep. Even the fire of the fireplace and the falling leaves all stopped to move. Since that day, the castle was started to be surrounded by a large hedge of thorns. It grew and became higher and thicker when someone tried to break in. Now that very day, the 100 years were ended, and a prince came to break into the castle and save the princess.
I am not afraid. I will rescue the princess with all I have.
All the people advised and begged him not to go, but the prince bravely marched towards the castle. Then the strangest thing happened. The large hedge of thorns opened its way for the prince to enter. It was so in that the day of the 100 years' end has come and was told that the princess will be awakened. Everyone was sleeping when the prince entered the castle. The prince walked up to the room where the princess was asleep.
Oh, how beautiful the princess is!
She looked so beautiful that the prince continued to stare at her, and when he finally came to his senses, he stooped down and gave her a kiss. The princess woke up from the long sleep and at first was dazzled by the handsome prince. And as the princess woke up, everyone and everything started waking up from the long sleep.
That was a good sleep.
That was a good sleep.
Was I asleep?
What happened?
The fire in the fireplace started to burn again, and the falling leaves fluttered down again. Everybody and everything started to move again. A few days later, the grand wedding of the prince and the princess was held. The prince and the princess lived happily ever after with the blessings of many people.